This week on Just Relentless, we head up north to set up for the 2020 spring black bear season.
Got ourselves a bull.
Woo!
He is a nice deer. I cannot wait to go.
I've always dreamt of getting a Northern Sass bushbuck.
Dark horn, Saskatchewan. So spring is here, and we're going to bear country.
Pretty much ruins your day. Like, you wave to everybody in Saskatchewan, it's a thing. When they don't wave back, it's just like, it's like irksome.
So for this bear season, we're heading up north to hunt with a good friend of mine, Cal Wakeland. Cal was generous enough to allow us to hunt in an area where he has been bear hunting for the last 15 years. By doing this, we're hunting an area that has been well established and will give us a better chance at having early success in the season. And that's exactly what we had. Alright, so we just finished setting up the first station of the day. We've got a really prime spot here. We've got a main trail that comes right across here. We originally had our bait a little bit further south, but we decided to move it a little bit further north because it was more of a funnel here for the bears. We've got the bait set up right here, just off the main trail. We've got a beaver dam right here, and then a whole creek bed and slough right behind us, so they're never going to be behind us, which is good. And we can play the wind on this one perfectly, and they'll never wind us. So this stand here, I'm really excited for, and it should be a good year.
So we decided the best looking one goes first, so I guess I'm up to bat.
Actually, the real reason is Kalen's never shot a bear before, so he was gonna go first.
So we're gonna go sit here really soon. It's been one heck of a day, that's for sure. We had to do all 4 of our baits. And of course, on our way to our furthest bait, quad broke down. We got it jimmy rigged this time, but we had to fix it about 4 or 5 times. But nothing a good old zip tie I can't fix. But anyways, just shooting the bow here, making sure everything's good before we head in. Probably go pick up the trailer and then to the bait we call birch bait. It's been hit pretty good. We ran into a sow and a cub actually on the way out, but yeah, I'm pretty excited. Second, pretty late in the season already, but everything that could have went wrong today did, so we're a bit late getting in. Just got set up, got our harnesses on, everything. This bait has been hit the most out of all of them, so we got high hopes, but you never know what could happen. Just sit here until dark, hopefully a big one walks in.
So after the eventful day we had, it seemed fitting we didn't see a single bear that night. Sadly, the bad luck didn't end there. I got the call to come back to work, so I wasn't able to continue the hunt. So with having a full-time job, I wasn't able to go bear hunting as much as I wanted to, so I knew every sit from here on out had to count. So after a couple long weeks at work, I was finally able to come back up to bear camp. And when I got up there, Hutley and Caleb informed me we had a big one on camera, and he was coming in daylight. Alright, well it's May 15. I'm a little gassed right now because we did a little run and gun. We got up here pretty late. We were actually just topping the barrel off, and this little guy came in, and it was pretty exciting, but we had to rush to get in here, so I'm gonna try and calm myself down in case a big one comes in. Pretty excited. It's been a while since I've been up here. So the first day back in the stand, it was non-stop bear action all the way up until last light, and of course that's when the big guy stepped up. So after the big guy came in, we could tell he was a shooter for sure, but I looked up at Caleb and he gave me the no-go. We were out of camera light. Tomorrow, if we sit here again, we'll have better lighting, but right now it's pretty iffy. I'm gonna wait until the lighting's good. That's a big miracle.
So with the evening we had before, we knew that stand was going to be dynamite the next day. So when we got up in the morning and saw that the wind was perfect, we could not have been any more excited to have Hutley and Kalen to get back into that stand in hopes that that big guy was showing up. And we all had a feeling that Kalen was coming out with his very first bear.
Alright, well, Hutley and I just got in here. We already have a bear at the barrel. It's looking to be kind of the same night as yesterday. Last night there was a really good bear that showed up, but by the time we were going to shoot it, the camera light was pretty iffy, so we decided to hold back, and it's already looking good. We have 2 bears here already. We're in here a lot earlier now, so we poured out some jelly and stuff we got from Wild Side Outdoors and a smoke stick, and I'm pretty excited. We just topped the bait off today, so it should be a really good night. So as the evening progressed, the sun was shining and the bears were rolling in one after another. Our eyes were all over the place, and without us even knowing, the big guy was at the barrel.
So with this being Kalen's first bear, him and Hutley were communicating back and forth. And Hutley was giving him some guidance from his experience from hunting bears back home in Newfoundland. But this bear was hanging around, chasing smaller bears out, coming back in, but he was never giving them a shot. So they were taking their time and waiting for that perfect broadside shot.
With this being the dominant bear, he was constantly pushing bears in and out of the area, and it always left me thinking in the back of my head, am I taking too long? Is he ever going to come back? Or did I just waste my opportunity?
Branches are in the way. I hope he comes back in.
In moments like these, your mind starts racing a mile a minute. Everything you've done up until this point starts playing through your head. And when you pull your bow back, you know this is your shot.
Yes. Pleasure here, buddy.
I've never done that before. Well, I just shot a bear. I don't even know what to say because like that's my first bull kill and my first bear. And we it's like I don't know 8 o'clock. The sun's still shining. Like it's just such a surreal moment right now. Like I couldn't believe when I shot, and then I just didn't say anything. But we heard the death moan, so he's dead over there somewhere. But we'll just give him a little bit of time and go try to find him.
So Kalen's hard work finally paid off and he got the bear he was after. And to do it with a bow makes that even more of an accomplishment. And I could not be any more happier for him. Congratulations, buddy. I'm really proud of you.
Alright, well, Utley and I just got out of the stand. Still got a little bear here that was here with the bigger guy floating around, but we got our eye on him. Still early, so we're gonna quickly try to find some blood. Hopefully my arrow, I don't see it around here, so we'll just scoot up the trail slowly and hopefully find some blood. Obviously it's hard to see with all the black on there, but alright, well we finally found my bear. He did a big loop and we ended up walking past him coming through, but he's in a really bad spot. There's a lot of holes with water and branches everywhere, so we'll get him out and do a proper interview, but Might be a while. Finally found our bear. My first bow kill, my first bear. It's gonna be a memorable one, that's for sure. This is our first successful hunt. It's just Relentless. Caleb is over hunting our back bait right now. Cal's over hunting the birch bait. Got Hutley behind the camera. I'm sure glad he was here. Did a phenomenal job capturing this one. We got a big haul ahead of us getting out of here, but I couldn't be happier. It's gonna be a late night, but be one to remember forever. Alright, well, we just got my bear out of the bush. It wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be, but that dam was a little hairy getting across, but just got the tags on him now and get him back to camp and have a little celebration.
With Kalen setting the tone for the season by getting a beautiful archery black bear, it really put the pressure on Hutley and I to have the same success. There really is nothing like bear camp. The camaraderie, the laughs, the jokes, and the almost Adams. Just the experience in general, there really is nothing quite like it. You get to sit in a tree stand and watch these animals interact in a way that you would not normally be able to see in everyday life. And to be able to come back and relax by the fire and enjoy your time with your family and friends, that's really what it's all about. Getting out there and experiencing God's great creations with some amazing people along the way. We are just Relentless.